What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Huddy X WAD podcast. Except today, we have a special guest, Ricky Ireland.
Hi.
Hey.
Ricky Ireland.
What an honor. Am I the first guest on here or no?
Yes, first guest
Oh,
on the
really?
Huddy X
Oh,
WAD
yeah.
podcast.
The third one? This is the third?
Fourth
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 podcast.
Four piece.
First guest.
Yes.
So we invited Ricky to be on here, and we actually asked him specifically what he wanted to talk about, and he said,
The duality of life.
yes, exactly. So we're going to touch a little bit on that today and just talk about the duality of life, duality of man, and everything that goes into that specific word.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
All right, you can start. You can start us off.
I haven't been on a podcast in a while. I used to do them all the time.
I know.
I feel like a lot of people stop podcasts. Like they go on a run of podcasts and then we just stop. So maybe me and Huddy, we just keep it going forever.
So this is a fun fact. Average podcast stops after 7 episodes.
Oh, we'll go to at least 8. I'll tell you that.
You gotta at least beat that.
Yeah.
That's what our mindset too. When we hit 8, we were like, oh, everything's great now. And then we did like 200 more.
We'll keep going.
No mic
keep
on
going.
me, by the way.
Do you want the mic?
No.
So you'll just have to like.
Okay.
speak
Yeah,
in.
okay.
I just have to get in.
That's okay, get in there. Duality of
Yeah,
life,
go ahead.
duality of man. Just like the first thing that comes to my mind is like something I've kind of wrestled with since I was like a young kid was being content without being complacent. I feel like that's one of the most dualities that almost like everyone faces. It's like you want to be happy with where you're at in this moment, but also you know where you want to go and where you want to be, who you want to be, and the things you want to accomplish and all the things that you want to do. But like you just want to skip there sometimes, but you can't. And you got to like enjoy the moment while also not just being lazy and sitting there and doing nothing.
Exactly. It's like that balance of life, the balance of, still working hard to push towards your goals, but at the same time, still being okay with enjoying where you're at.
You have to enjoy the journey. Enjoy every moment of it.
Facts, bro. The journey, genuinely, so I don't know if you guys know, but I used to post fishing videos. Some of you guys might have been OG enough to know that, but my entire motto for that entire channel, I made merch, everything was fish the journey, not the catch. Because it's not just about fishing, but it's about the entirety of life, right? You're not chasing that end goal. You're not chasing, oh, I want this car, I want this much money, I want this house. It's the journey, the person that you grow into while actually accomplishing those things. And that is the most important part about life. It's not about that end goal, it's about the person that you become chasing that end goal.
And the people that are chasing the materialistic stuff, the cars, the everything, they don't get there and they end up just giving up and quitting. It's about the journey, not the materialistic stuff.
Yeah. You can, it's interesting because you guys, you're 19?
I'm 19.
And you're 20?
20.
Yeah, I'm 26 now. And I started like doing YouTube when I was,
He's about to like crumble and die, bro.
Hey, I turned 21 in
we got
about
big
19
Unk
days,
over
so.
here.
But I remember when we started YouTube, I was like 15.
Yeah, bro. That was...
And so that's been like 11, it's like 11 years this year. And like coming from literally nothing and then just starting with the intention of having fun, inspiring people, and just enjoying it all. And then as you go, people will start to come in your life and be like, you need to buy this, and you need to get this house, and you need to get this car, and you need to buy these clothes, and you need to live like this. And if you're not intentional, it like slowly starts creeping on you, and things like that happen. And you don't even see it happening in the moment because you start off with such good intentions. And this is what I always tell people. Would you be doing what you're doing right now if you were the only one in the world that knew you were doing it? And would you be doing the same exact thing if every single person in the world knew you were doing it too? Would you be buying that car if no one knew?
Bro, it's
Would you be getting in that relationship if no one knew?
That's strong, bro.
And I think, I'm even talking to myself, I'm glad we're even on this because I kind of need this right now too, to just remind myself, like, would I be doing that thing if nobody cared? And also if everyone cared. Because if you knew everyone was watching you, you're influencing them regardless.
And that's another part of duality, right? Because it's like you want to make decisions based off of what you yourself wants to do, but at the same time, is that a good decision if every single person was watching you? What my mom used to say with that is like, would you still be doing this if your teachers were watching? Like if your teachers, and I'm sorry that I'm relating this to school, but You know, if your teachers, the people who are, you know, teaching you things or allowing you to learn, are not okay with some of the things that you're doing, then maybe you shouldn't be doing those things. You know,
That's a good. You should always have someone like that in your life.
Yeah.
And who's the greatest teacher of all time? To me, he's on my hat.
Yeah.
You know.
Another big.
But that
thing-
doesn't. Yeah, go ahead.
No, you good.
No, I'm just saying like that doesn't mean you don't mess up and you don't.
Everybody makes
Yeah,
mistakes.
yeah. Everyone has those days.
Everybody has those days, those weeks, sometimes months, years. It happens, bro.
Bro,
Didn't
pulling
get
up the years.
But anyways,
Yeah.
what back to what Ricky was saying about, like, you know, would you be buying those things if nobody else cared? We literally had this conversation like 15 minutes ago. We were walking up here, and there's a Supra parked down in the parking lot. I was like, you know, I'm debating like whether or not to, you know, to buy a Supra. And one of our other friends was like, oh, definitely buy the Supra. And I was like, I don't know though. Like there's a lot of little kids who are like, oh, you know, Supra is so cool. And it's like, I don't really want to do that because I feel like a lot of people have them, a lot of people know them. And Ricky was like, bro, it doesn't matter. Why would you? Why do that? Why think like that when you can do whatever you want? Why does it matter about other people?
Why does it matter what they think?
Well, and the thing with that is you're the only one that knows. You're literally the only one that knows. So I could go buy a yellow Lamborghini because I like yellow and I like Lamborghinis. Or I could buy a yellow Lamborghini because I know everyone's going to think it's cool and I know maybe like a girl is going to like it.
Exactly.
Right? But you could do, the thing is, it comes down to, I really think everything comes down to your internal state. You can do the same exact thing. You could post videos online because you want everyone to think you're cool and you want everyone to think you have this life. Or you could be like, I'm posting videos because I like it. And I've had to constantly remind myself to do that over like the past 11 years. I genuinely think that's the only reason why me and my brother are still going when everyone's kind of like retired or quit and faded.
There's a lot of people that don't do it anymore.
Yeah, they just start and make life changes and stuff, but it's like, why do I do it? And once the reason why is not strong enough to keep doing it, I probably won't do it anymore. But the reason why is still strong enough. That's the only reason why I do it. And that's the thing I would always tell my friends when I was like, the thing is, like, I always thought like this even when I was like 10, 11, and 12. I would be like, why am I even doing the thing I'm doing right now?
Bro, that's such a good mindset to be
But
in.
it doesn't have to be really deep though.
It's
It can be
not,
like, yo,
yeah.
I'm just having fun. But I like to, I haven't done it in a minute, so this is actually reminding me a lot of stuff, but I think you should ask yourself, like, why are we even doing this pod? Like, before I hopped on the pod, I was like, why am I even doing this right now? And if, you know, I don't know.
Honestly, bro, like these podcasts are, I mean, I don't get very many, like there's not very many people that watch these,
Yeah.
so it's not like, you know, I'm necessarily
Not a
doing
lot
this
of
for,
people love long form content. They just want
not at all.
short spurts of dopamine. They don't
I
care
disagree.
about.
I think deep down, everyone actually wants that,
but they don't know it.
but they don't know it yet.
Okay, yeah, I understand.
It's not
that.
but it's getting, this is what I'll say, everyone deep down, they want to know God. That's why you get in relationships. You want someone to understand you deeply. So no one's going to ever fully understand you to the core. No one.
Yeah.
The moment you realize that, it's kind of like sad, but then it's also kind of like a little freeing. And that's what I've only realized like very recently. Like no one is ever going to fully understand me except for God.
And you.
And me. So then it's like once you stop seeking that, it's like at first, I'm going through it right now. At first you're like, oh man, no one's going to understand me. But then you go, wait, it's okay if they don't. But going back to what you said, finish what you were just saying.
Yeah, I was just saying, this world is built around short spurts of dopamine. Everyone wants a quick little, wow, that was amazing, and then scroll to the next and scroll to the next. Not a lot of people love this long form content because they haven't indulged in it yet or they haven't seen value from it.
But I'll go back to what you said too. It's probably a reason why you like fishing.
yeah.
Because it's not like, oh, if you threw out
Bro,
a
it's-
line every time and you caught a
Bro,
great white shark,
that
how would it
be
feel?
Nothing.
You would feel cool for a week.
Yeah, but then
And
it's
then you'd be like,
alright, I'm doing
oh,
the same exact
it's like
thing
playing
over and
creative
over
mode
again.
on Minecraft.
Yeah, but that's why it's so rewarding. Like that's with everything in life, bro. Fishing, genuinely, fishing can relate to life in so many ways that people just don't know about. Because last year when I was grinding the fishing, bro, I was going literally just every single night, working my butt off, trying to get it done, right? Trying to catch that one fish. Then after I catch that fish, I'm trying to catch the next fish. Then after that one, it's like, okay, I want a better fish. It's that same thing in life. You work hard to accomplish your goals. Then you get there and you're like, okay, well, I want more. And you work hard again to get there and you're like, oh, I want more. and then it's like it's rewarding, but
It's a never-ending cycle.
Well, exactly, and that's why I've realized that the journey is more important than anything.
The journey is the destination.
It is.
It's like the classic cliche thing you see on a pillow.
Yeah.
But like the things that are cliche are because billions of people have gone through it, and they're like, oh wait, yeah, that's why.
My biggest motto: all great things take time. Everything takes time. If you try and rush the process, you are not gonna get there.
No, keep going.
Let me get in there. Let me get in here. The biggest thing.
No, it is true, bro. You can get a McDonald's cheeseburger in 60 seconds, but if you want to marinate a steak, it takes time.
And it's quality. You're gonna get quality out of taking time.
Exactly, bro. Like that's why the journey is more important than anything, and the people who have, experienced that know that, but the people who haven't don't know that yet. And that's why, like, one of the things that I always say is like, there really in life, there really is no way to learn things the easy way. You almost always have to learn them the hard way, because no matter, it goes back to what me and Walt were talking about the other night, no matter what somebody tells you, no matter what somebody shows you or whatever, you have to experience it yourself. And the only person that's going to allow you to experience that is yourself. So at most times, I mean, I'm sure there's some ways, but I would beg to differ that the only way to learn things is the hard way. Because you have to go through them, you have to experience them to finally have that resignation in your brain to say, you know what, that is true, I shouldn't have done that in the first place. Or he was right, and you eventually learned it the hard way.
I'd agree.
Yeah, that's how I learn stuff.
Yeah, because your parent could tell you to do this and follow this rules, but you're still gonna break those rules to find out that, oh, maybe I shouldn't have done that.
That's what I'm saying. Like, everybody's, it's the same exact thing, and it's like with relating this to trading, but it's like everybody tells you on the internet, don't break your rules, follow one strategy, do all this. And every single successful trader that you see will tell you that they broke the rules until they literally couldn't handle themselves anymore. They switched strategies multiple times. They traded multiple different assets, multiple different sessions. There's not a single trader in the world who stuck to one thing the entire time, because that's not how it works, because you can't learn things the easy way. You literally have to learn them the hard way.
I'm going to ask you guys a question. This is cool because you guys are young, so it's like, it's dope.
Youngins.
True.
But dude, I'm like 26 is so young. When you get 26, you'll be like, dude, you're young too. It sounds old.
Probably, yeah.
No, 26 is young.
You were born in 2000 or
1999, different century.
Whoa,
that's crazy, bro. That's crazy.
I'll say this. So this is something you guys don't even understand right now. Have you heard the saying, a dumb person makes a mistake? Does it remind you of anything? No?
No, keep going.
Because y'all are dumb. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just joking around.
All right, keep going.
Yo, a dumb person makes a mistake, and then they don't learn from it, and they make it again.
Yeah.
And they don't learn from it, and make it again and again and again.
Yeah.
A smart person makes a mistake
and then
themselves, and then they learn from it.
Yeah.
They learn from it.
But a wise person looks at someone else that made the mistake and goes, wait, I don't even need to make that mistake. I'm not even going to do it. And that takes discipline. It takes patience. It takes understanding. It takes faith. It takes all these things. Honestly, it takes the fruits of the Spirit.
They learn from others.
And if you can do that, I'm not even going to say I don't do that. My whole life has been, yo, let me go touch the stove and burn my hand.
Yeah, no, low-key.
And then it burns, and I go, yeah, that burned, but let me do it again. And then I do it again, hard. So like I'm kind of dumb and smart. But the few times in my life that I've learned and haven't needed to do something, it's been the best. And I don't know if that's even gonna hit in any kind of way.
No,
but maybe it hits for one person, and they go, well, wait. And you should only take wise advice from people that you respect. If other people in your life aren't living the way that you want to live, like if they're not living the way you really want to live, you should not take advice from them.
You can't take advice from someone that they're not in the position that you want to be. How are you going to take advice from someone that's down here and you want to be up here? It doesn't work that way.
Yeah, but also like no one is in the position that you really want to be in either. Like no one. So it's like a combination. It's like a combination
of finding what you want.
And that goes into like
be yourself, bro.
Relationships, it goes into business, it goes into all this. It's like when I go back to when I started like YouTube, I didn't have social media, I didn't even have a phone until I was like y'all's age. No, I'm kidding. Y'all are older than that. I was like 16 when I got my first phone.
And that's when you started posting, right?
Yeah, that's when I started posting. But it's like if you look at all these other stuff, you're just gonna be a recreation of everyone else. Where it's like when you really are yourself and you're putting stuff that's authentic to you, you're not like absorbing all this excess information.
You're taking combinations from other people and you're building it into your own self.
Yeah.
And another thing like that is like, I'll see like comments in my comment section or, you know, people in my DMs who are like, yo, bro, like, I want to be like you. I want to live your life, all this. And it's like, why would you not want to live your own life? You know, people compare me. People say I look like TJR, right? They say I act like TJR or whatever. They're like, bro, you're going to be the next TJR. Why can't I be the first Huddier? Why do I have to be somebody else?
I agree
Why
with
can't
that.
I be myself? You know, and that's
Everyone
how you
loves
need
to
to
put
go.
you in a box, yeah.
That's how you need to go throughout your life. It's like, yeah, look up to those people, but at the same time, be your true, authentic self.
Yeah, it's good to have inspiration. That's the thing. Like,
100%.
I'm sure, I don't know, did TJR inspire you?
Yeah,
This-
definitely.
And you're inspiring other
100%.
people,
This goes
right?
back to our last pod. Like literally, comparison is a thief of joy. Like
Yeah.
you're comparing yourself to the person that's better than you because you want to be like them, but you also don't want it to ruin your path.
Yeah, bro, and then you're like just a recreation of a
Exactly. No-
simulation.
Yeah, nobody wants to watch that, you know? Nobody wants to live like that
the
either.
biggest people, the best people are the ones where it's like, you look at them and you're like, man, there's no one really like doing that right now.
Yeah.
Like even going back to when we started, it's like everyone was like baking overnight challenges. We're like, we're gonna do them real.
Yeah.
And then it's like, everyone's like, well, you should copy like this guy and this guy. But it takes you have to be so like sure, and like anytime an ounce of anything cracks in, you have to. I be saying stuff out loud that I should just keep in my mind. Meaning like, Hassan's right over here, but there's something we did recently where it was like, if you live for the approval of others, you'll also die by their criticism.
Yeah.
So recently, for like a couple months straight, if anyone would compliment anything about me, they would be like, yo, bro, I like that shirt. Or like, yo, you locked in. Like, I was really fat and then you got locked in. They'd be like, yo, you're in good shape. I literally would say this out loud for like 3 months straight. I'd be like, thank you so much. That does absolutely nothing for me. And then you'd be like, whoa. But then I'd explain it to them after. And then my close friends, I would just tell them, like, this is what I'm going to say, just to reiterate it in my mind. But I haven't been doing that recently, but
I like that shirt, bro.
thank you.
Of course.
But I'm just repeating my mind because I don't need to say it out loud
Okay.
anymore.
Okay.
But the power of words is so powerful, bro.
Yeah, no. Saying things out loud, you're speaking them into existence.
And yeah, and that's like biblical too.
Yeah. Manifestation, bro. Like, have you ever like thought about something? Like, I saw this video, so I'm low-key copying somebody else. But I saw a video, and it's very true. But saw a video. It's like, you know, things that you think about, right? For example, for me, I've been wanting to get like a new car recently, thinking about either, you know, like a Supra or a GR86.
Supra.
And I've been more focused, like, all right, GR86, because that's what I personally want to get. You know, like, Supra's gonna do better for, you know, maybe the content, and it's like, oh,
No, it's not.
Because it's
You think
I
it is.
want to.
You think it is, but if you're able to do it more, that's going to do better for you.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It's like,
Because you might be the one.
True.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Anyways,
get the GR86. Come on.
this is what I'm saying.
You
right?
feel like you answer. People answer their own questions.
You
bro.
just answered your own question.
That's not a question.
No.
I'm speaking. I'm talking about manifestation, right? It's like the things where, okay, you're focused on something. For example, you know, the car. I have not really seen very many of them before I was, you know, like focused on it. And I obviously, you know, I see a lot of cars driving by, whatever. But as soon as I started thinking about it and like, you know, thinking, when should I get it? What should I do to it? Everything like that, I started seeing them everywhere. And it's that same exact thing. It's the manifestation. And it's not just like, this is just the only example I have, but it's with everything, right? If you're thinking about something, somehow it shows up on your phone. You're like, that's weird. I was thinking about that the other day.
Of course.
They're always watching.
Subconscious, bro. Consciously, we're all connected. So crazy.
Seriously, though.
No, we're all. All right, this is another thing, bro. You know,
Wad's giggling over here, but
Because Hassan knows what I just said. that does him right here. He knows.
explain.
what did you say? Explain. Yeah, yeah.
They'll know.
I don't know. I want to know.
explain. Yeah, I want to know too.
We're on a podcast.
Yeah,
I'll turn the video off right now.
Yeah, let's
Explain.
handle this off camera.
I
Explain.
just said they're watching.
Oh, you're talking to them.
Oh.
Now they're really.
They have an inside joke going on.
Yeah, that's fine.
We'll tell the people, or they get it or no.
Yeah, they should.
Oh, they
It's
will?
like they're watching like the
Yeah,
the people on our
100%.
phones and stuff. Because like they're always listening to us.
Oh, yeah. No, it's not. It's okay.
No, that's actually what it is.
Oh, it is?
Oh
Yeah. Because I heard him
It's
say
not.
that. All right, bro.
Yeah.
All right, back to the script, guys. We're not
No,
real.
another
We're
thing
not
is
real
this.
people. You guys see us
We're just
online and on the
robots, bro.
internet.
We're just robots.
We're not actually
Well,
real
really,
people.
we're not,
We're all,
though. You wanna
we're
get
all
into that?
industry plant. Yeah, let's do it.
So if you break down an atom and you blow
Okay.
it up to the
He's
size,
like talking
no, I'm
literal.
serious. If you take an
Where's
atom,
the scientist?
if you take an atom and you blow it up to the size of Raymond James Stadium,
Yeah.
did you know the nucleus would be the size of a ping pong ball, and then the electrons, the protons, and the neutrons would be the size of like
Yeah.
3 flies.
Yeah, I know.
So we're all just empty space. But on top of that, that was just a random tangent. Is you can't think about this. So you're saying be yourself, be all this. Bro, I really believe deep down we're all like this, we're all the same, and we're just going on our different paths just to find our way back home to God. Because think about this, you can't speak something that you've never heard.
You talking like language?
You can't speak something you've never heard.
Yeah, it's the same like you think of a new color.
You can't. But
Yeah.
what I'm saying is like your first word was because everyone around you was saying it.
Oh, that is true.
Like everything you've ever said,
It's your
you said
environment.
oh, like this other guy said this before. Everything you've said has already been said.
That's deep, bro.
Maybe not exactly like the way you
Yeah.
said it,
No.
but the
yeah, no,
feeling
that
and the
is
emotion,
true.
like everything you've said has
We're all
already been
built
said.
off of each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like
That's why your environment's key, because you want to build yourself off the right people. If you have the wrong environment, you're building yourself off the people you don't want to be.
yeah, and it's harder to convince someone of how you want to be than it is to just find people that are how you want to be.
Yeah.
True. Yo, that's weird.
You
That's weird.
waste a lot of energy and time.
That's like,
That is true, bro. Like thinking about life, bro. I was driving back from what's it called, from Hassan's, and
Hassan?
I get this weird feeling like every so often, and it's like I don't know what it is, but it's like me like realizing that I'm seeing out of my own two eyes. I'm controlling all my fingers and everything. And it's like I'm like my own person. I don't know how to explain it.
no,
but
it's
No,
a-
that makes
it's a
sense.
weird
you know,
feel-
you
no,
know what I'm
it's
saying?
definitely
Like
a weird feeling.
it's like whoa, this is
Like,
this is
me.
very odd.
Like, and you think about like what.
Because it's like I'm controlling
if I was
everything
in
that's
that
going
person's
on.
Body, like what, like is
Mhm.
it the same? Like is everything the same? Like it's so weird to think about.
Everything's just a feeling.
A vibe.
It is.
It's a vibe. Catch a vibe.
Like we're all sitting here, we're all feeling like maybe we're feeling similar, but we're all feeling 3 different things.
Yeah.
Like everything's a feeling.
Everything's a copy of a copy
Of a copy.
Fight Club. But you know what else is crazy too? Like, look at all these buildings, right? These buildings, not necessarily the water, but like these trees, these cars, everything in here, we created from literal like grass, bro. Like think of like Ocala and think of how Ocala looks. We made this from what Ocala looks like. We made internet from what this looks like.
Yeah, we made internet to connect people.
That just like is mind blowing. And you guys think that you can't do whatever you want. People are so small minded that they're like, oh, I can't do that, right? Well, somebody else has probably already done it.
Well, everyone here is proof of that. You told me earlier that you were so shy
Oh yeah,
and
yeah.
that you were so like
I'm the same way.
I was like one of the most
Bro.
I wouldn't even answer the phone if
Bro.
my friend called
Yeah, like
because I didn't have a phone.
I literally. All right. I
No, but
literally.
like, actually, I wouldn't answer the home phone, like, cause I'm so old.
Oh,
we
I
used to have
wouldn't
home
either.
phones.
Yeah, I did
You
too.
remember
I
when
did-
it's
no,
like
no,
the
I
text
did
on
too.
the wall?
Okay, I did too, bro.
I don't know if you guys remember that.
Yeah,
but
off the wall.
I
Okay,
never did
but
either. I
we
didn't
were- we were
answer
alive,
I
don't
didn't
worry.
answer the doors, but like
see, I'm not as old as you.
before I moved down here, like close to 2 years ago, I was like a
Gay?
super yes. I was a super scared, shy little kid, bro. Like my parents did literally everything for me, and like when I say everything, bro, I mean everything. Like they did my laundry and they did my dishes and they did, made my bed and everything like that. And obviously, when you live with your parents and you're they're supplying for you, that's fine. But I didn't know how to do any of that stuff. I didn't know how to do the dishes. I didn't know how to do my own laundry. Everything that I'm not even kidding, bro. What did you just whisper?
No, I was letting you go. I said
Yeah.
I said I'll say something after this.
Oh, okay.
I don't want to interrupt you.
Let you go off, bro.
Everything I didn't know how to do, and every problem that I had, I would call my parents and be like, hey, you know, I need help with this. I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to do this. And I moved 1,400 miles away from my hometown and from the closest family member that I knew, like that. And now I'm decently outgoing. I'm obviously not gonna like, you know, just talk to every person because that's not who I am.
You're not gonna tell a girl she's beautiful?
Nope, I will not do that, bro. Anyways, but
Is that an inside joke?
yeah, because he will literally just tell any single girl, he's like, man, you are
Well, every
beautiful.
girl is beautiful, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, like in a way, but like I'm never gonna like, bro, I'm not that kind of guy. Like I will not just.
Oh,
go
you're
up
trying
a
to riz
girl.
him?
I'm not
Yeah,
that,
yeah, yeah,
no, no, but
basically.
I'm
Or you
not
trying to
that-
give him a
I'm
hype?
not
No,
that
he's-
kind of guy either, but like.
Well, why are you hyping him up? They don't need hype.
Yeah, bro.
Gotcha, man.
Exactly.
You're
Why are
increasing inflation. But back to what you were saying. I want you to finish your thought.
Yeah. So basically, it's like you
Why are you
can
coming at me?
You-
What
you-
did I do?
I'm just playing devil's advocate.
you can change, right?
You can.
And,
Or you can't.
yeah, and it's
Because at the same time, I'm gonna be honest right here. My mom still does my laundry. My mom still washes my dishes. She does. To this day, she comes over, she washes my dishes, and she does my laundry.
see, that's just a good mom, though.
It's a good mom,
But like you know how to
also
do
like
your laundry.
I know
You
how to do
the
it.
dishes.
But it's also like in my mind, it's like, well, I pay my mom like work like that's her job. She doesn't have to do anything else really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like at the same time, the way you want to live, bro. However you think that you want to operate your life. Because when I was young and I was like 19, I remember everyone going, "Yo, bro, like you need to make sure you know how to wash your dishes and do your laundry." And I go, I'm so locked in right now. I don't even have time to do my
I don't have
laundry.
time for that.
I don't even have time to do my dishes. And I'm trying to convince all these other people who are like going to college or doing like normal things, which there's no disrespect. If that's what life you want to live. I think that's an admirable way to live, actually, is to live like a balanced life if that's how you want to live.
5 energy points.
Yeah, be a 5. Personally, no.
Wad wasn't here with that.
Yeah, he wasn't there. But
Anyways.
we'll get in that after
Yeah,
this.
we'll
but
talk about that after.
what I was saying is, there would be times I try to explain someone. I would try to explain
Yeah,
to
we
someone.
should.
I'd be like, yo, do you think Drake washes his laundry? Do you think Drake washes his dishes? I promise you he doesn't. And I'm trying to explain people that are in college, like, oh, I'm trying to explain to them. And then one day I go, you know what? This is the mindset that helped me. I go, it's the Madagascar method. And I made this up. It's called smile and wave, like the penguins. You go, nice.
Because it doesn't affect you, bro. Their thoughts and everything
You
doesn't
have to
matter.
wash your dishes. That's why you're washing them. I don't have to wash them.
Yeah. It doesn't matter, bro.
It doesn't matter, bro.
Nobody's opinion matters. It's like if somebody disagrees with you, it's like, all right, perfect, have a good day, bro. I don't really care.
I just say you're right. Because I
That
just
too, yeah.
I affirm the life they want to live.
Yeah, because you know deep down that you don't need that confirmation from somebody else to give you that.
They're like, you need to wash your dishes. I go,
They're
you're
not
right,
on-
I do.
Yeah.
They're not on your same level.
And then I call my mom and say, yo, mom.
They
Exactly.
don't have
bro.
the same responsibilities that you do. Their responsibilities are taking care of.
That's a standard I set for myself, though. I said I'll never wash dishes because when my mom stops washing them, I'll have a wife.
That's good.
I'm never
I
going to
love
wash
that.
a dish.
Hey, if you ever need help, though, I got you, bro.
Okay.
Because I learned how. I learned how to
Okay,
wash
okay.
dishes.
Teach me.
I got you, bro.
I'm
You
honestly,
can hire
I
me,
just
bro.
don't know how.
I'll
got
do
you,
the dishes. Don't worry.
I got you. All right,
No,
let's
I
go.
wash my dishes like sometimes.
Let's talk about energy points.
Yeah,
All right,
that's-
energy
I wanna
points.
hear
Talk
these
about that.
energy
All right,
points. I've
energy
never heard of
points.
this.
So energy can only be transferred, right?
Yeah.
It can't be created or destroyed. And I believe when you're sleeping, you're charging your energy. And
Yep.
say when you wake up, you're like a phone. You have 100 points. If you go on that phone and you just open a bunch of tabs, open a bunch of apps, and then you're just calling people with FaceTime, it's gonna drain the battery faster, right? But if you're intentional, whatever you focus on is exactly what you get. So if you're locked in on Clash of Clans, and you're just boom, 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 you're gonna be the best Clash of Clans player if you spend all your energy points on that. I look at life, you have 100 energy points every day. And all this other stuff is like artificial. And it's like caffeine, alcohol,
So
Zins, all this stuff. And I've done all this stuff. It's like you're just borrowing energy from like an external source. And the best place in my life I've ever been is when I'm on no stimulants. I'm on nothing except for
Caffeine.
not even caffeine.
Life.
I'm talking
Just
about
living
nothing.
Life.
I'm just
waking
joking,
up and
guys.
enjoying this beautiful world.
Like the most energy, the most locked I've ever been. And there's been pockets of like there was like a 3-year period when we first started YouTube, and then there's been like like 3 to 4 month pockets in my life afterwards where it's like no stimulants, no external source, only God, only yourself, and good vibes. And it's the most clear, most direct, most energetic, most sure I've ever been. Because then I don't need anything to feel some type of way besides my internal state in God.
True.
So like I always try to go back to that, but I fall and I mess up. But it's like deep down I know that's the way to live. Yeah.
We're human though. At the end of the day, we all make mistakes.
I low-key don't know if I can go without caffeine though. I can't lie.
Yeah, if you don't think you could, you couldn't. But me and Hassan, we were on like
I definitely could.
100%.
we were on like
could.
400 to 600 milligrams of caffeine every single day. One day we did this
That's crazy.
in a day.
I'm only like 200 max every day.
You could easily.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you should. I'm not even saying you should. There's different periods in your time of your life where you should be.
What do you spend your 100 energy points in a day on?
Right
So
now?
You said you said you have 100 energy points. Well, I want to hear. Let's see your
Right
We'll
now,
we'll go down the
or
line.
when I was in the best time of my life.
Both.
both.
In the best time of my life, I was focused on my purpose, what God wanted me to do. And I always say this. It was a motto we had when we started YouTube. It was like, oh, I'm doing this to prove everyone wrong. No. I'm doing this to prove everyone that believes in me right. No. I'm just doing this to honor God.
Doing it for me.
I'm not even doing it for me.
Yeah.
Doing it for God.
That's what I'm saying is the best. It's like, there's 4 stages. It's like, am I doing this to prove people wrong? Am I doing this to prove and show the people I love right? Am I doing this to prove myself right? Or am I doing it just to be like, yo, God, thank you for giving me a day of life. I'm going to give it back to you.
Thank you
I
for
think
this
those are the
blessing.
4, yeah. And right now, I'd say in the best stage of my life, I'm this. Right now, I'm more like this. That's me being vulnerable, though.
It's good though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm
it's good to
definitely
be vulnerable on the
in
Huddy
those
X Wad
1, 2, 3.
podcast. We need a name.
Hud.
Hod. Hod.
Juan.
We need a name for this podcast.
Yeah. Hey, leave some names in the comments. We need a name for it. You got any ideas?
I'll ask you, well, let me ask you both a question. Let me ask both of y'all a question.
Ask me.
If
I have an answer.
Actually, I used to say this. I used to say, if everyone in the world could listen to you for 30 seconds, like say this camera, you knew 8.2 billion people were going to watch this clip, and you had 30 seconds to say whatever you wanted, what would you say? But I believe every word we speak out, actually it goes into a consciousness subconsciously, and everyone actually does hear it. So I believe what you say right now, everyone in the world is going to hear this for the next 30 seconds. Both of y'all.
Wow, that's deep.
That is deep.
That's deep.
But like, if you don't believe it, just imagine.
Can we get an example from you first? Can we hear your 30 seconds?
No.
That's just because it's.
Because I don't want to influence you.
Yeah, exactly.
And I've answered this question a lot of times.
Okay.
Don't think too hard, I'll tell you that. It's not key to think too hard.
I just want to.
Here, let me ask the question one more time.
Ask the question one more time.
But
Well,
okay, I'm
I
gonna
was
ask you.
gonna-
I'm gonna ask you one more question before I ask the question.
Okay.
Do you believe that? Because deep down, internally, I believe every word I speak goes out subconsciously, and everyone actually does hear what I'm saying. That's what I believe since I was young.
What do you mean everyone?
Like everyone in the world. Like I'm talking like the
That's
words
some-
I'm speaking right now. Every single
these-
person. I'm talking the person walking right there. I'm talking the guy in China. I believe they actually hear what I'm saying. I believe that. If you don't believe that, then I'll ask the question differently. And I don't think y'all believe that right now where you're at.
No, I'm
Okay.
going to be honest. I don't.
Okay, that's perfectly fine. So I'll ask you, okay, here. If you knew that this clip was going to get 8.2 billion views and every single person in the entire world, I'm talking that couple walking right there next to the bush, and I'm talking Xi Jinping, the president of China, was going to hear this.
He loves China, bro.
Yeah, what's up with China?
I don't know. I took Chinese class like for 4 years. Ni hao. If you
Whoa.
believe 8.2 billion people,
I would say
we're going to hear this. What would you say?
love yourself and love what you do with your life. Because, no, actually, I'm going to say to find fulfillment. I posted a video about this the other day. Find fulfillment. And that doesn't mean, you have to find fulfillment in materialistic things, but find fulfillment in some way in your life that's going to make you happy. Because the whole purpose of life, people ask that all the time, what's the purpose of life? The purpose of life is to live a life that you enjoy with fulfillment. Because a life without fulfillment is not a life worth living. That's what I would say.
That was good. That was what you really were thinking.
That's what I was thinking. That's what I wanted to say.
Okay, that's good.
You guys ready for mine?
Yeah, and then it'll come back around.
Okay.
I would say find your purpose. Find what you love, not what your parents love, not what your brother or sister love, not what your friends love. Because at the end of the day, it is you and God on this earth, and that is it. Yes, family is there, friends are there, but it is you walking through this earth. Find what you love at the end of the day, because when you are, hey, mom, I want to go to college, and they went for, I'll give an example for myself. My brother went to college for a mechanical engineering degree. I followed his same footsteps, and I hated every minute of it because I didn't care what I thought. I just cared what they thought. So go and do what you want, not what your family wants, not what your friends want, what you want.
That was really good answers by both of y'all.
Yeah, that was good.
And the question that led into that was, what would you name the podcast, right?
Yeah.
And this is kind of a trading. You guys are both traders.
Yeah.
Day traders, by the way.
What,
Day trader, by the way.
What happens when an order gets
Filled.
fulfilled?
Yeah, low key.
Fulfilled.
Fulfilled.
Because isn't that a trading term too, or no?
Filled.
Like
filled.
Filled?
Order filled. Order filled.
Full dash filled.
Full dash filled.
And you don't have to name it that. I'm just people talk
that's
about
low-key good.
people
That is
talk
really
about
good.
whatever they care about.
That is true.
And you kept saying fulfillment.
That is
And also
like-
then I was like, oh, isn't that a trading term? Kinda.
Thank you.
We'll patent it.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Welcome to the Fulfilled Podcast.
Ran by HUD X Wad.
Does that sound good? I like it. I don't care if it sounds good, but
Yeah.
I like it.
It depends what you like.
I don't,
Yeah, I don't
I don't
care.
care
I like
what you
it.
guys think because we like it.
And then purpose is like it's like a synonym for fulfilled.
Yeah, exactly.
But fulfilled, like filled, you can, because you guys are traders.
Yeah, order filled.
Yeah.
Order filled.
But you'll think about it, and
Yeah.
that's just what I
No,
thought.
but I low-key do like that.
I do actually.
Full dash filled is I think what I want to do.
The order's full and it's filled,
Full filled.
and your life is full.
And we're
you're filled.
going long.
And you got filled.
Facts,
You got
SMT at
filled
the
last
lows.
night, right?
SMT at the
What?
lows. Inverse fair value gap.
They like
All right,
it,
bro. They like
They
it
do too, bro. That's
but that
That's
does absolutely nothing
manifestation,
for us,
bro.
Yeah.
right?
exactly. Thank you, but that does absolutely nothing for me.
All right.
They said I don't care. That's cool.
I love that. Life.
Might end it there, bro.
Yeah, honestly, bro,
Yeah,
that's like a
no, that
perfect
is
place to end it.
That's good.
Dang.
That is literally a perfect place to end
Fulfilled.
it.
How long
Fulfilled.
How long is it?
That is 38 minutes.
That's perfect.
Boom.
Damn.
Okay.
Anyways,
Let's get it.
big thank you to Ricky coming on the
Shout out
podcast.
Ricky, Ireland,
Fulfilled,
Ireland boys.
fulfilled.
Or
Podcast.
the podcast has been fully filled.
Filled.
Exactly.
Filled.
We'll definitely have him back out when we reach,
Gotta have
a lot more episodes. Definitely
At least
past
8.
Yeah. We got to get 8,
For
and
sure.
then we'll have him back on. We'll have him back on the 9th. We'll get done with
All right,
8,
bet, all right, bet.
and then we'll have him on the
This
9th.
will be the next big podcast. You know why I know that? It's because I'm not going to stop until I make it happen. That's
We
why.
will
Until the
not
order
stop.
is until the dream is fulfilled.
Fulfilled.
But guess what? The
We don't
dream
care.
will never be fulfilled though.
It's the journey.
Because if there's an end result,
Exactly.
then you're gonna stop when the result's filled.
Always keep pushing. Continue to raise the bar. That's going to be it, ladies and gentlemen. We'll catch you
That's
next
a wrap.
time. Peace.